Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Whitney is off today. A weather impact alert tonight as our region braces for more storms. A blizzard warning starts tomorrow for the mountain passes. Then that storm arrives to Spokane by Wednesday, bringing potentially inches of snow with it. Areas around the Northwest have been seeing snow today. WSU Pullman posted this video of snow coming down on campus today. Chief Meteorologist Jeremy the Goose standing by the Weather Center with more on what we can expect. Jeremy?
You know, between now and, say, Wednesday morning, I wouldn't really expect much in the way of accumulation, but those scattered showers you saw down at WSU, I'd expect those to continue, especially with our temperatures hovering in the mid-30s, pretty widespread. Big impacts going to be Wednesday morning. In that Wednesday morning commute will likely suffer. That's just where we are in the season. But it is a monster storm, like a seriously monster storm that's sitting just off the coast through the middle of the week. That means blizzard warnings go into effect at 4 p.m. tomorrow for the Cascade passes. Winter storm warnings shortly thereafter. And for us, it is eventually going to really impact our Wednesday morning. Notice the amount of snow we get over here isn't near as much as they get in the Cascades or farther out to the west. That's because the storm itself isn't moving over us. It's sitting off the coast. A little bit of scattered snow activity this evening. Really wouldn't expect any accumulation out of it. Maybe some slick spots in the roads as our temperatures drop tonight, but just be ready for that. We're at that time of year. Tomorrow, we'll likely wake up to a little bit of light snow in parts of central Washington, but more north central Washington. We may see a stray snowflake here in Spokane. Notice all of this activity starts late tomorrow, moves through, and by Wednesday morning, we're waking up to the snow. I think we only really have to deal with it through about 11 a.m. on Wednesday before it changes over to rain. So very akin to what we saw Saturday night into Sunday. Most of that snow melts. It's just a little bit later, and it winds up impacting the morning commute.
All right. Sounds good, Jeremy. We'll check back in with you later in our show. Ahead of tonight's Spokane City Council meeting, a local group is planning to march to send a message to the city. Reclaim and Revitalize Spokane says it's asking the community to march to City Hall to reclaim the safety and vitality of the city. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley joining us live from where that march is set to begin. And Amanda, what are organizers saying tonight?
Well, Mark, the organizer of this march, I just talked to him inside here at David's Pizza. They say they are marching because they do not support Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown's budget proposal, specifically the portion that includes cutting funding to Spokane's community-oriented policing services, otherwise known as Spokane Cops. Now, the city has been giving that nonprofit nearly $500,000 each year to fund its services, but the mayor's budget proposal would instead allocate that funding of $450,000 to an RFP, also known as a request for proposal. Now, different organizations can apply for funding if they're believed to be a viable service for the community. Now, that group that's marching today, the Reclaim and Revitalize Spokane, they believe that cops should continue receiving that funding to provide the services they say are important to the community. Now, we reported previously, Spokane Police Chief Kevin Hall previously said the factors in how often Spokane cops fingerprinted children and provide services were not at a rate that he felt was adequate. So that went into the decision making of cutting that funding for cops. Now, the group is again meeting here at David's Pizza here in the next 45 minutes or so. They're going to make their way and walk over across the river to City Hall and do plan to speak in City Council's public forum portion to make their concerns heard. We'll be sharing more on that later tonight. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
Amanda, thank you very much. In other news this evening, today the Palouse is mourning a 13-year-old who was killed in a car crash near Rosalia over the weekend. According to the Washington State Patrol, it happened on US 195. A semi-truck jackknifed across the northbound lanes, causing the crash and killing 13-year-old Zion Bischoff. His father is an employee of WSU. Today at WSU football's weekly press conference, head coach Jake Dickert got emotional, revealing that Zion was close friends with his daughter.
WSU is a special place where Washington State is Pullman and Pullman is Washington State, and we are one community. We just really offer our condolences, prayers, and thoughts, and everyone in our community. We're with you. It was a tough day.
Dickert announced that the team will wear a special ZB badge on their helmets this weekend as they face off against Oregon State coming up on Saturday. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office searching for a suspect in a shooting at a North Spokane restaurant. According to the Sheriff's Office, it happened at the Bigfoot Pub on North Division Sunday morning. Deputies responded to a reported shooting just after 1 a.m. They found a victim, they say, with a gunshot wound, and he was taken to the hospital. Deputies believe the shooting was caused by a fight, and the two people involved knew each other. Anyone with any information is asked to contact detectives at that number right there at the bottom of your screen. New tonight, the state's health department says the E. coli outbreak linked to organic carrots may have been from a facility in eastern Washington. The CDC says 39 people in 18 states have been infected by E. coli outbreak linked to bagged organic carrots sold by KREM Farms. So far, there's been 15 hospitalizations and 1 death. Washington has seen the most cases with 8. The State Department of Health says the KREM Farms facility is in Pasco, Washington, and did have an E. coli contamination, but didn't provide any further details. The carrots were sold at several grocery stores, including Trader Joe's, Target, Fred Meyer, between the dates of August 14th and October 23rd. The product had a best if used by date from September 11th to November 12th. Tonight, people living in the West Plains have an opportunity to learn more about PFAS regulations on a national level. PFAS are also known as forever chemicals and can cause illnesses like cancer. Dr. Alyssa Cordner is the co-director of the PFAS Project Lab. Tonight, she'll explain national scientific advances, drinking water safety regulations, and funding for PFAS testing and cleanup activities. The meeting is free and open to the public. It starts at 6:30 tonight at the Hub in Airway Heights. It has been known for 7 years that there's PFAS in the drinking water and private wells around Fairchild Air Force Base, but it was several more years before we learned about Spokane's airport's contamination site. Despite the airport running its own well tests, the Washington Department of Ecology says the airport kept it quiet, even after state disclosure mandates.
That decision not to let the public know or let the authorities know, the Department of Ecology, cost us 7 years. And that's the biggest problem. That's, it's one thing to have your water source polluted. To keep it from the public is unconscionable. It destroys your trust.
The question now, what's being done to clean up and protect those in the path of PFAS? So join us for a KREM 2 investigation tonight on KREM 2 News at 6.